Welcome back to the Us versus Them channel. I'm your host Vince, and today we're going to be breaking down the next fight for the UFC Fight Night this weekend. We got Navajo Stirling versus Rodolfo Bellato. Sterling's sitting at a minus 250 favorite, and Bellato is at a plus 198 underdog. I know a lot of people are kind of giving Bellato shit for his last fight against the Bear Jew, Paul Craig. And I was one of those guys that was kind of giving him shit too. I don't think that fight should have been stopped. I think he kind of, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I watched that a couple times over. I've heard all the other MMA channels talk about that, and I have no idea what that was about. It was just really weird for me because I did remember distinctly the Jimmy Crute fight that he had before that, and Crute hurt him in the first round, took him down, landed ground and pound. They got up about 30 seconds left, and Crute landed a big bomb and hurt him. I mean, it was a 10-8 round clearly, and all the judges saw it the same way, 10-8. But then I saw Bellato come back and just fight like a fucking Terminator the next two rounds and just chip away at Jimmy Crute, and then won both of those rounds, and it was a majority draw, which I 100% agree with that call. I think that was a clear as day draw, at least based on the scorecards, you know. So it was just really weird because before the Paul Craig fight, I just always had in my head that Bellato was just a Terminator, a tough dude, almost unstoppable as far as trying to get a finish on him. He has been finished a couple times. He did get knocked out twice by Vito or Petrino, but those are his only pro losses that he has. But it was just really weird, and it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I think that's why the odds are what they are. I do think this fight should be a little closer to even. I think it should be somewhere around minus 150 to plus one, whatever that would be on the other side. But, you know, I think Bellato's getting a little bit of disrespect based on his last fight. Sterling obviously fights out of the Kickboxing Academy, whatever it's called, where Izzy and all those guys fight. City Kickboxing. He's at City Kickboxing. And you could definitely see that style in his fighting for sure. It seems like a lot of times nowadays, if you go to an MMA gym, they kind of have a one-size-fits-all approach that they just train all their guys to do the same exact thing. And it typically is something that models their star athlete. And obviously the star athlete over City Kickboxing is, and probably always has been, Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya has a very tactical approach. We all know about that approach. A lot of jabs, a lot of feints, a lot of leg kicks, you know. And we kind of see a little bit of a similar approach to Sterling's fighting style. He does utilize a lot of feints, but he has decent footwork too, and that's something he's probably taking a page out of Adesanya's playbook. The one thing I don't really like about that, though, is if you start getting down on the scorecards, that's a fighting style that doesn't really lend well to dig you back. He's always moving forward, or he's always moving, bouncing up and down and shit like that. Typical for City Kickboxing, but that doesn't mean you're landing the power shots. You're not landing the big shots that you need to be landing, especially, like I said, if you start feeling like you're getting down on the scorecards. So Sterling's got a style where it's a front runner style. We saw that with Izzy too. We saw that with Izzy all throughout his career until he got to Sean Strickland, and he caught him early and he was down on the scorecards. Once he started having to fight urgently or make it a brawl, it just didn't work for him. You know, we saw Sean Strickland get a decision win over Israel Adesanya, which is fucking still crazy to think about. And I think that's why, though. I really do. When it comes to their grappling, I don't know how much of a grappling match this is going to be. Bellato has a jiu-jitsu, he probably has a jiu-jitsu advantage, I would imagine. He's been doing jiu-jitsu for a lot longer than Navajo Stirling. But I think Sterling is just going to be more athletic in the sense that he's going to be able to move his feet. It's going to a lot harder to take a shot on somebody when they're moving. So I think with that, and he has decent takedown defense, I do think this is going to be predominantly a stand-up battle. So for my official prediction, even though I kind of talked shit a little bit about both guys and said what they did well and what they don't do well, but I do lean towards Navajo Stirling to get this one done still. I think that he's going to find the shots that he's looking for. He's going to start point fighting them. I think he's going to dig to the body a lot, at least when they get in close range. It seems like when we get almost to that forehead-to-forehead range, Sterling does a really good job of eating the body up, and that sets up the combination to the head. And I think we're going to see that. So I'm interested to see how this fight plays out. I really am, because I think Bellato is going to bring the fight to him a little bit. And he does have some redemption. I mean, he left a sour taste in the mouth of the fans. So I think he's got some redemption on this one. But, you know, like I said, I've been leaning towards Sterling to get this one done by decision, but there's just something in my stomach that just says he's going to knock him out. So that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm going to go with that pick. So for my official prediction, I'm going to go Navajo Stirling by knockout. That's the breakdown for this fight. Stop by again when I get the next one done. We got Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. I'm excited to break that one down and give you guys a good pick. I think I got a good pick for that one. So stay tuned for that pick. And then stop by again tomorrow where we're going to give you guys the official parlays. That's all I got for you guys. I got more research to do. I'm out of here.